even though I had this philosophy, it was by accident because I was in a tough situation and had to take whatever opportunity came my way. So definitely don't do that. So for me, I grew up in a working class neighborhood in the suburbs of New York City, Long Island, and went to a big public school. And because of its size, they had the funding to provide opportunities like clubs and courses and programs that usually a neighborhood with the socioeconomic status, like a working class neighborhood, like we rivaled like private schools, like fancy private schools I've heard of didn't have the opportunities we had because there were just so many kids, there was so much funding. So that's how it goes per student. And to me it was just normal because that's how everything is when you're growing up.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was a total nerd. Got straight A's, all that stuff. Graduated at the top of my class. Um, and went to college and felt like a total idiot because I broke out of my bubble. And so I went to a school where the kids went to, you know, they just had more privileged backgrounds than me. And so literally, whereas in my school I was like the smart nerdy kid, over there I felt like an idiot. Like people just knew stuff and were just talking about it like it was second nature. And it was like, I think they taught me that in high school at some point, but I didn't. I like took the test and then forgot about it 2 seconds later because I didn't think I'd actually have to know it. But it was amazing to be exposed to this other world because I do gravitate towards academia, and I am kind of nerdy. And
Thank
so like having
God.
convers I mean, it's not a good or a bad thing. It's just, it's a quality.
Hmm.
But so like being challenged in that way and seeing how the stuff I learned from school that I thought was stupid because I was always told like I don't know why they teach you any of this stuff. You're never going to use any of it. And then here I was like, "Oh my God, I'm supposed to use it not just to go to college, but like this is like people actually like talk about all this stuff. Like when stuff happens in the news, they're referencing that thing from history class that I didn't think was important enough to remember, or people travel around the world like every vacation. Oh, where are you going for vacation? It's like home. Like, oh well, we're going on spring break to Cabo. Where the fuck is Cabo? Like like is that in New Jersey? Like what are you talking about? And so
Like people don't know that New Mexico is part of the United States.
yeah, that came up. Yeah, that came up with my grandmother. But
Quick, really
yeah,
quick, just one liner that one. Tell us the 15-second version of how that played out.
um, we're taking my grandmother out of the country for the first time to go to Montreal. And she was asking if Casey would be there and if it was close to where he lived, and we were like, no. New Mexico is not close to Montreal. It's actually in the United States and in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No, Mexico is close to Montreal if you're from Australia.
yeah. So but anyway, it was like that's like why do you have to know where New Mexico is or where Montreal is if you're just like in this your neighborhood all the time. And so for me, being exposed like as someone who has more of an adventurous spirit, as someone who really I seek out knowledge and wisdom, that's something that's enjoyable for me. Being exposed to an environment where that's valued more was really great. So I went to this amazing school, and I know not everyone has the opportunity to experience how life changing school can be when you're in a school that actually challenges you to think differently. Not just memorize this stuff, take your test, get your piece of paper, but that actually challenges you to see the world differently.